McLaughlin Wellness Clinic, your first step to better health.
Hello, this is Dr. Cole at the McLaughlin Wellness Clinic. So today I'll be talking about IFC, or interferential current, and that's this machine here. And if you've been here before, likely at some point you may have had interferential current treatment before. Today we're going to talk about how it can help in using it for the shoulder, but this modality can be used for a variety of different areas in the body, neck, low back, and so on. Other treatment that's very similar, because this is an electrotherapeutic modality, another one is the TENS machine. This is one we get a lot of questions about too, so I'll kind of clear up some differences between the two as well. But basically what we use this for is pain control, so to control the pain. Now, if you've seen the video from previous, we talked about the laser is a healing modality, so it helps the tissues heal a bit faster. Now this one can help that a little bit, but it's more of a pain control. So if you have an acute injury or even a chronic injury and you have a certain level of discomfort, I find this is a good treatment to help decrease your overall feeling of discomfort. It does that by a few ways. One is release endorphins into the body. The second is it kind of blocks that peripheral nerve stimulation to your brain to say, hey, this is discomfort. So it kind of blocks that signaling. It also can help maintain and enhance the range of motion that you have in that area if you get current on early. So that's why I kind of get this on early in an injury as well. So those are kind of the main reasons why I would use the current. And so one big question I get with the difference between IFC and TENS is, why do I use this one versus that one, and so on. So the main one I can kind of say is that they treat differently. There's different powers, and obviously this one's smaller, this one's larger. So you can imagine this one's a lot more expensive than, say, this small one. These ones you can get at home and have for yourself. But with larger comes more power, more output. So this one can put up about 4,000 hertz frequencies, while this one puts about 125 hertz of energy. And so naturally, TENS machines tend to be more uncomfortable with treatment, and these tend to be more comfortable, even though they have a higher hertz, or technically more power. So I find it's a lot more comfortable. It's better for a treatment. It can do more. It can actually get deeper into the tissues versus a TENS machine. So I almost always recommend interferential current as opposed to TENS if you can. But for home care, TENS is always a great option. But again, I like to use interferential current because we have it here available, and we have really good success with it for pain control. Now, the main difference is you may hear interferential current. So the reason it's called that is because the pads actually interfere. If you want to bring the camera a little closer here, so this is one channel and this is a second channel. So if, say, the treatment area was this area here, what we would do is we'd administer one pad on the top and one lower, and it would connect these two. And then you'd have, and you'd crisscross them. So that's in the third pad, and this is the fourth pad. So we have this diagonal. So what it'll do is, if you kind of see it there, if you have a pad here and a pad here, we crisscross. And the reason why it crisscrosses is because you want them to interfere. Okay, so the treatment area isn't the pad here, it's actually this area in that box or in that square. So that's why we surround the area we want to treat, and then those two currents interfere. It can therefore get deeper, and that's how we can have higher hertz, more energy, but actually feel more comfortable with interferential current. Now, if I change over to a TENS machine, a lot of TENS machines have 2 pads or 4 pads. So again, this is a treatment area here, and I have a 4-pad TENS machine. Typically, I would probably do, you can crisscross them too, but they don't need to interfere. So I would probably do like that and like this. And the treatment area is going to be right on those pads, okay? And they're just going to communicate to each other like that. There's no box that it's the treatment area. It's completely the pads where you are putting them, okay? If you look back at me there. So that's the kind of main difference. So interferential current interferes, we can get deeper, more treatment. If we can get deeper, we can get more blood flow to that area, and actually block some of the nerves that are at the area that the injury might be, because we know TENS is going to be a little more superficial. So that's kind of why we use interferential current as opposed to TENS. Although people do love the TENS machine, and if you do get better and good success with it, we tend to use it too. With current, I tend to make it more comfortable, and with more comfort, you may not get a muscle twitch. So with a TENS machine, you may see the Dr. Ho commercials and their arm or their back is just contracting like crazy. For treatment and for our purposes, I don't typically tend to get there. One, because it's a little more uncomfortable, and two, I find that therapeutically to help control the pain, we don't necessarily need to do that if it's not a necessity. So I tend to try to go lower hertz, more of a buzzing, tingling sensation, and a lot of patients will find that quite comfortable. And again, same thing with the shoulder. And I will do a treatment, and this will kind of usually be what I would do at the end of, say, a treatment, okay? So that's a good little summary of treatment of interferential current for the shoulder and what we use and how I would use it. If you have any questions, please ask the chiropractor here at the clinic or myself, and also feel free to call us at 519-676-3311. Thank you.
McLaughlin Wellness Clinic, your first step to better health.
Whether it's neck, back, or other body pain, don't let illness or injury get in the way of living your best life. Discover the difference at McLaughlin Wellness Clinic. Many treatment options in one location means the McLaughlin team of specialists work together to find you the best solution.
The right place, the right care right now. McLaughlin Wellness Clinic.